it's got to be tough to have 5 relevant guests per week that you could actually interview, right?
I actually have too many guests. I mean, we have a wait list of like probably 1,000 people right now.
But who, like, what's your standard? You know, like, who are you actually interviewing?
So I'm looking for people that went to prison.
Okay.
We do a lot of law enforcement. We were doing a lot of addiction only stories, but they're kind of all over the place. So really my main focus now is a prison type of crime story. And we're doing a lot of law enforcement stories. Like we just did a great one with the DEA guy. We did the guy that brought down like Pablo Escobar. We're doing like a lot of law enforcement. We have corrupt law enforcement. We have good law enforcement, and then so many prison stories. I mean, millions of people alone have been in the prison system.
Right.
Now that like the Mr. Beast thing happened, I'm starting to get like some bigger names into the realm of people that went to prison. The hard part is getting like a celebrity to open up about their prison experience. To bring it kind of to the next level.
What's the most famous person you've had?
I have
talking about prison.
I had Chevy Chase on, but he didn't talk about prison. He talked about addiction. Prison, I don't know about really famous, I guess, 1090, like but 1090, yeah. But we have Bobby Shmurda this week, which will be good.
Oh, nice. Let's do it.
Yeah, we got him. So that'll be exciting.
So someone like Bobby Shmurda, are you offering to pay them, or you're just hoping that people will bite on it, just wanting to be part of something cool?
For Bobby Shmurda, that's a little bit different because like he wants an appearance fee for that. But for the average person that comes on the show, you're not giving them an appearance fee. They're coming on. A lot of these individuals have something that they want to promote, like a book or a website or their own podcast, and they travel from all over the country. I mean, you know, the podcasting game, how many people do you actually fly out yourself? It's probably not that many. It's probably most people that want to come because they want the opportunity for the exposure of it. It's got to be mutually beneficial.
It's weird because there's so many people in the podcast world now who just want exposure and would be happy to spend their own money to come out and everything. But then you also have other people who, as soon as someone's in demand, as soon as it's like, or even as soon as somebody gets paid $1,000 one time for an interview, they just in their head forever and ever are just like, oh, I have to get paid every time I do this. And it actually kind of up some good opportunities too. Cause it's like, you know, I emailed a rapper from up north who has like an interesting story the other day, and he just shut it down. He's like, how much you trying to pay? And I was like, I'm gonna be real. Like, we just can't really pay. It's just not really like it's a dope story. It's cool. But realistically, like, you know, I'm thinking in my head, like he probably wants at least $2,000.
Yeah.
It's just not going to make sense. And it kind of it up with everybody else too, because it's like if one rapper from an area gets paid $2,000, good luck getting anybody else and not giving them $2,000.
Well, I mean, that's you don't know how many famous people that I've gotten, the rappers, where they're like, well, Vlad gave me $5,000. You know, that's what I get all the time, and it's like I'm not Vlad. I can't afford that. You know.
Yeah.
I'll break if I pay someone $3,000. I'll break even between like TikTok and YouTube and stuff like that. But that's what's unfortunately happening. You know, they're getting paid this, and they're comparing it to like a club appearance where it's not a club appearance. You know, the margin's a lot smaller. Yeah. But I know like someone like Bobby, like what I look for too is, are they going on 9 million podcasts telling their story? Bobby in the last 2 or 3 years has only done you, Vlad, maybe a couple other people.
Yeah.
So something like that will help move the needle for me.
Yeah.
Especially being interviewed by someone that went to prison.
But so from your perspective, because like when I interview Bobby Shmurda, I'm probably mostly, you know, somebody like Vlad is doing like more of their life story. But with us, and actually I haven't interviewed, I did the vlog with him, but I haven't actually like interviewed him in a little while. But like, you know, we want to talk about a lot of rap stuff. We want to talk about the details of his interactions with this guy and this guy. Like, from your perspective, what's your like interviewing style in terms of what you want to do differently than somebody like me or Vlad?
So my format is life story, but it's more organic, where I'm not really pressing them of the information that, you know, that I want to hear. It's more what they share. And I think the cool synergy is I was in prison, you're in prison. So you kind of get that, you know, you're hearing stories from their prison experience, and you're just giving them like that spot to talk about it. And that's where like most of my podcast is not me talking. It's all guests, and that makes it very clippable and easy. That's how I've grown a following on TikTok. All of my TikToks for the most part now are just all my guests. I've had to put like an intro on with me like introducing it, because TikTok demonetizes me for unoriginal content.
Really?
Yeah, for just clips, because they're cracking down on clips, and I have no contact at TikTok.
Wait, really? Just like podcast clips in general, or just
get demonetized?
Really?
For unoriginal, because they're cracking down on all the clippers.
Wow, that's so interesting. Even though it's your content.
Yeah, it's literally I appeal it and then I lose it every time.
Cracking down on the clippers.
They have no good like reach out to. They're not like Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. There's no support. I have 1 million something followers on there and I got nothing, like no feedback.
No, yeah. TikTok is insane.
Brutal. But YouTube's great. Facebook's awesome. They have a great new monetization program.
Oh yeah.
Things like that.
We've been on Facebook forever, but you feel like it's getting better on there?
Dude, there's some months we can make 10 grand a month on Facebook.
Yeah.
There's some great opportunities on if you have a good plan and you're doing it right. Because so many people are intimidated by Facebook. Look at all the major podcasts. I bet you if you added up how many are actually on Facebook, it's very, very small.
Yeah.
So, and if you, once you're in, like you're in, but your stuff is more like viral, mainstream, like you're everywhere. But you do the news aspect of it too.
Yeah.
And I was telling you how that's how my podcast blew up because you posted my clip talking about paying for protection.
Wait, you're saying that one clip caused your podcast to
I was
blow
doing
up?
2 episodes a week, barely getting 1,000 downloads. And that happened. So I started the podcast January 2023. April, you guys post me at 2023. All of a sudden, I'm getting like 10,000 downloads per episode overnight. And that just put my face everywhere.
That's so sick. Because I've like had No Jumper content clipped, gone viral 1 million times. And if anything, I find it kind of depressing because it's like, oh, no matter how well this content travels all over the internet, it doesn't necessarily feel like there's like a real connection to our content getting way more views. Now, if it's an interview, then maybe like the full interview, that specific interview goes up. But like, we had a clip of one of our hosts, Almighty Suspect, beating the shit out of someone on the podcast and went outrageously viral. It was everywhere. And but is it like really like impacting people to be like, oh, I'm going to actually see what this podcast has going on? Like, and part of the problem with that is that we just are big enough and well known enough that people are like already exposed to it. So it's like you still have that new factor where somebody might see a clip of yours and be like, oh, I want to check this out. With us, it's so much of like, oh, No Jumper doing something crazy again. Here we go.
Yeah. But what I found is the person has to relate to you in order to gain that follower.
Yeah.
And they stick to that person's specific podcast. Like I could do, say, 20 million views with you and they're not going to follow me if they only like Adam from No Jumper and not Ian from Locked In. I mean, look at great example. I just did Mr. Beast. That video has over 100 million followers.
You interviewed him?
No, I was on. I did.
Oh, you did that? Okay, yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
I did that, and I gained like 12,000 Instagram followers, and my podcast numbers are up 20%. I did like 15,000 YouTube subscribers in a week, but 100 million people, and you look at those numbers, it's very, very, very small. And that's us working the comments, hitting the comments every time, like one of those No Jumper style, like news articles, like World Star or whatever posted like cop and a criminal in prison. I would be like that top comment right away, like as soon as they posted it.
Really? That's so interesting. So from your perspective, if a big page posts your stuff, you're not getting the full value if you just let that post go. You're getting in there and responding to as many comments as possible. You
have to, because they don't tag you. I mean, you guys are good about tagging. Like when that went viral for me, that was a big thing. Like that is something I feel
very strongly about, for the record, is that if I'm going to post a clip from somebody else's podcast, the least I can do is tag them.
No one tags.
I hate when they do it to us. And it's like, on one hand, that's why we have the Jumper logos everywhere to try to make it obvious for people. But yeah, it's like you got to tag.
Dude, I messaged you guys and I got a response right back right away. Really? First and only person ever. And I got tagged. And that helped me too.
Yeah. But I always tell everybody on the team. Like, and even I saw a Young Thug interview clip earlier that was not tagged, and I'm kind of like, everybody knows who did this interview because it's such a big deal in hip hop right now. But also, like, I know the pain of doing an interview, having a clip go crazy, and just wishing like, could you have just tagged me? Could I have just got like 1,000 extra followers from this? That would have been so nice to have, like, I'm getting the attention, but it would be nice to at least get a little bit of a boost.
And from the jump, though, don't add the tag on like days later, because then it's over with.
Shout out to Everything 420. It's like the Amazon for everything that you need to get lifted. Whatever your vibe is, their app makes it super easy for you to shop for your next sesh. Shipping is fast, the packaging is super low key, and they're always running deals. Tap into the app and use code NOJUMPER to get a little something off. Shout out to Everything 420.